Thank you, everybody, for being here today. This is an awesome day for the Pawtucket Fire Department and City of Pawtucket. I want to thank Mayor Grabian and Public Safety Director, Police Chief Gonzalez for their efforts and their collaboration on this. They're always looking out for better ways to improve the safety of the citizens. On behalf of the Pawtucket Fire Department, I want to thank Dan and Ron from Cooley Manufacturing. This is an unbelievable, generous donation for the fire department and the citizens of Pawtucket. This boat will make quite an impact on our rescue efforts. We do a decent number of water rescues, especially in the summertime. This boat is large enough to allow us to have enough manpower in the boat to basically affect any kind of rescue that we're going to need, especially with the waterfront being developed. It's definitely a huge blessing having this. Another thing about this boat is we have a lot of rocky areas. This allows us to get nice and close to the edge, which the other boats didn't allow us to do. As a chief of this fire department, I can't thank Cooley Manufacturing enough for this donation. This really is going to change a lot of our water rescue efforts for the positive. And I look forward to hopefully using the boat in positive ways. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to the mayor.
Thanks, Chief. Thank you. Hey, good morning, everybody. First, thanks for being here. And thanks to Dan, Dwight, and Cooley, which I'll talk a little bit about, to their partnership with us. I want to recognize a couple of the officials who are here, but to thank and recognize Fire Chief John Trenton's, Public Safety Director, and Police Chief Tina Guncalves. We have Rep Casey all the way from Woonsocket. It's good for you to be here, and thank you. There are some other partners like the Pawtucket Foundation. I saw folks from and owners from Techner Apex, from Colette, and from Walco. Thank you for your partnership in everything you do in our community. You are the lifeblood of our community, providing those jobs and providing us that security. So thank you. But today we are really here to thank and we'll say christen. I'll call it a boat, which is not really a boat. And a couple of months ago, Dan had come in and sat with us and talked about the partnership and how Cooley wanted to give back and be partners for all that we do with you. And while we were honored, we said that's our job and that's what we should be doing. Because Cooley Manufacturing celebrates their 97th anniversary, is a manufacturing corporation who is modified much faster than government does in changing their ways in their partnerships and what they manufacture. But this is a great opportunity with this boat as Pawtucket sees its growth. Pawtucket, as you see the activity across the way, we will have our soccer development over the next year. We have waterfront access and a plan that's going to extend over to this side as well as over by the Apex and City Hall. And this type of boat is going to be needed, right? So our fire department, who are great men and women and provide a great public service, are now going to need those tools, and Cooley Manufacturing has given us that tool. So I thank you, and without absolute sincerity, I thank you and appreciate your partnership as a corporate sponsor. And all of the folks that are here representing Cooley, thank you for all that you do in our community as well. With that, I have the pleasure of turning it over to the Public Safety Director and Police Chief, Tina Guncalves, for a few words. So, Chief.
Lucky some of you know to put the microphones low, otherwise I'd be in trouble. Just saying, just saying. Good morning. Thank you for coming today. So a few months ago, like the mayor had said, Dan from Cooley had reached out and offered to donate a boat to the fire department, which was beyond unbelievable. So if you don't know, unfortunately, we've used the boat several times, not this boat, but boats in the past, for rescues in the water behind us. Unfortunately, those times are not ones that we wish to kind of ponder upon, but at the same time, we want to use it for something positive also. In the dragon boat races in September, hopefully they don't have to pull any policing fire out of the water, because we have actually dumped a firefighter in the water during that dragon boat races. So we'll be able to use that for some positive notes. But it is amazing that one of the manufacturers within our city that we work with on a daily recognized the work that the fire department does for them. He came in and let us know that they've responded for calls to Cooley Manufacturing, and their professionalism kind of really weighed on them, and they thought, well, what better way to give back than a boat to the city? It's amazing. We thank you very much for it, and we appreciate that fact. Obviously, like we said, the rescue is going to be unbelievable with a boat of this nature. The boat is much larger. We've worked with Dan to kind of make sure that it fits the needs of the city. So again, hopefully we can use it for something positive. And we just want to thank you for donating the boat to the city and the fire department. We appreciate it very much. Thank you. Dan, you next? Oh.
I have to raise it back up. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dan Dwight from the Cooley Group.
Thank you, Chief. For over 97 years, the Cooley Group has called Pawtucket home. From our headquarters, still located in the original mill building on Eston Avenue, we have grown Cooley into a global operation. Added manufacturing sites in Cranston, Lancaster, South Carolina, and most recently in Mount Forest, Ontario. And selling our technology to our customers across 6 continents. If you haven't visited our operations in Pawtucket, you may recognize us by some of our products. Our specialty materials are used to make the sign and awnings for Dunkin' and Starbucks. We manufacture commercial roofing membranes, covering everything from the CVS warehouse in Smithfield to the roof on the Minnesota Vikings football stadium. In healthcare, we are the largest global supplier of single-use blood pressure cuffs. We're the largest and leading provider of drinking reservoir covers from Taunton, Massachusetts to Cape Town, South Africa. And for our purpose today, we manufacture proprietary urethane technology, specifically engineered for the combat rating crafts deployed by every branch of the U.S. military. I come here today to Festival Pier on behalf of the Cooley team to provide this boat to the Pawtucket Fire Department. In recognition of the years and support PFD has provided not only to Cooley, but all the businesses and residents of our community. When I first met with Mayor Graben and Acting Public Safety Director and Police Chief G, offering a military rescue boat as an in-kind donation, they were, as they said, thrilled. But also they seemed surprised by the magnitude of the gesture. To Cooley, this isn't surprising. The PFD team has earned this boat. During my 13 years at Cooley, I have witnessed the professionalism, the expertise, and bravery of the PFD on many occasions. Actually, I first met the PFD shortly after I joined Cooley. I arrived at the office at the crack of dawn and placed my breakfast, my wife's homemade banana bread, in the toaster oven. I then walked off to do something or other and completely forgot about the toaster. By the time the alarm was sounding and I, along with the staff and our extruder operators, were marching outside to await the fire department's rescue, as the newest member of the team, I was extremely embarrassed. It's funny to laugh at it now, but fire erupting in an old, mostly wooden 1900s era New England mill is a very, very real risk we must manage to. This is not the only time PFD reacted quickly to a call. More recently, we had a duct fire. Again, PFD came to our rescue. With fire personnel on the roof and spread out throughout the facility to ensure the fire didn't spread, a team using heat detection technology identified the location of fire along the length of the ductwork, drilled a hole, and extinguished the fire, minimizing the damage to our business while keeping everyone safe, enabling us to resume operation within a day. We are in massive debt of gratitude to the men and women of the PFD. Another reason the Cooley team isn't surprised by our donation is because giving back to the community is what American manufacturing companies like Cooley do. Manufacturers make America, especially middle market manufacturers. Looking at the boat, Cooley pioneered the textile and the urethane technology in Cranston and Pawtucket. Wing Inflatables, based in California, assembled the boat. And 2 Florida-based companies, Raider Outboard and Float-On Trailers, built the motor and the trailer. This collaborative ecosystem of mid-market manufacturers and our vast network of American employees are the building blocks of our communities and ultimately of our economy. Every chance I get, I make a point to reinforce the significance of our collaborative culture with each other and within the communities where we operate. Often, Cooley's giving takes the form of a physical donation. But strategic leadership and social responsibility also dictate that giving back includes providing meaningful, reliable work and career development for my amazing Cooley team members, who in turn develop and manufacture highly innovative product solutions for our global customer base. Community matters. As a strategic leader, it is on me and all of you here today to stand up and create better, safer, healthier, more robust communities for our families. Thank you, Mayor Graven, and your team for standing up for the Pawtucket community. And above all, a special thank you to the Pawtucket Fire Department for reinforcing safety in our community every single day. As a thank you, I could not be more pleased on behalf of the Cooley team to turn this rescue boat over to you, Chief, and the incredible men and women of the PFD.
Very much. So that pretty much ends the press conference at this time. I just want to thank again Cooley Manufacturing and Dan and Ron as well. I don't know if I can express how great of a donation this is to the fire department. Hopefully you'll see it out there in the water in the dragon boat races and everywhere else, and know that you guys, it's because of you guys we have this. So thank you everybody for coming out. Anybody have any questions? I believe that was Dan. I believe it was Cooley Man. Dan came up with that idea, I believe.
I can't stress enough what the fire department has done for Cooley.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah, sorry,
sure.
they need a fire.
Yeah. I can't express enough, the gratitude for the men and women of the PFD. On multiple occasions, they've had to react to situations in our facility. And I can't emphasize enough, you're in a 1900s old mill building, and if you don't know much about these old mill buildings, the rafters and the flooring are made out of wood. And so there is a real risk of fire. And so having a great team, led by the chief here, more than earned the boat.
How long is the boat? Have a name, and what's the value of it?
Actually, we don't have a name if somebody wants to come up with one. I don't know if you have can we have maybe a little fundraising lottery?
Can I go buy this boat?
You can for about $50,000.
And
So the urethane technology that you see, the black part of the boat is Cooley's. The boat was assembled by Wing Inflatables. And then Raider Outboard had the motor, and Float-On Trailers did the trailer for us. Yeah, Wing Inflatables out of California. And so Wing makes, with our technology, all the combat raiding craft and rescue boats for the U.S. military. You're welcome.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Any other questions? Any thoughts from anyone?
All right, thank
Thank you
again.
again.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Try to get a picture.